welcome you to the Dog Hut.biz. We're going to be doing a series of clips to help you look after your dog, and also for people that are studying grooming to see the type of things that they need to be learning. So we're going to be going through a series of different tasks to help you do this. I'd like to introduce you to some of my students who are going to be taking you through the various different tasks that we're going to be doing. Okay? This is Stefan. Hello. This is Catherine. Hello. And this is Teresa. Hello there. And by the end of the series of clips, you should have a good understanding of how to care and look after your dogs. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is a risk assessment. This is a very important part of the grooming process because it ensures your safety and the safety of your dog. And Catherine is going to explain what you need to be looking out for and what you need to be doing. Okay, so you'd like to come in, Catherine?
For those of you who are grooming students, you need to ensure that you risk assess the key areas of your grooming centre. These rooms may include the reception area, the grooming hall and the bathing room. For those of you who are grooming your dogs at home, you need to make sure that the room in which you groom your dog is safe and secure for both yourself and your dog. For example, in the grooming room, you need to make sure that the floor area is completely clear. This means removing items such as towels and loose cables and making sure that they're safely tied away. If you're grooming your dog at home and using the bathroom upstairs, always ensure that you have non-slip mats or a non-slip surface available. If you are grooming your dog in the bathroom upstairs, it would be advisable to lead your dog up the stairs on a lead other than carry.
Okay, the next thing we're going to be showing you is safe lifting techniques. This is a very important aspect of grooming because you need to make sure that you're handling the dog correctly for the size of dog, for the age and any medical conditions that the dog may have.
Hi, welcome to Basic Safe Handling. We're now going to show you how to lift a dog onto the grooming table, or if you're at home, onto a table which is suitable to place a dog onto. Depending on the size of your dog, it may only be you that needs to lift a small dog, but if you're lifting a large breed of dog such as a Rottweiler, Labrador, German Shepherd, you need to have 2 people to be able to lift the dog. This isn't just for your safety, but it's also for the safety of your dog as well. Dogs are obviously can be very fragile, and if they suffer from any health conditions or issues, it's really important that you're providing full stability for the pet. So Teresa and I are going to show you how to lift Damara, the Rottweiler, and we are going to show you some safe handling techniques. So it's really important that you keep the dog close to you, but also close to the table as well. This will minimise any risk of the dog falling away from you or preventing any injury to yourself or the animal.
So we're now going to explain the technique for you for when lifting a dog with 2 people. When we lift a dog, normally we would place one hand under, supporting round the chest, like so, and one hand under. The person at the back would then place one hand onto the dog's stomach and then one round the side of the hip area.
Well, today we're going to show you a different technique for a dog that suffers from hip issues, as Damara does. You would still adapt the same position for the front, one arm and hand across the chest and one under the front of the stomach. But today, as again with the hip issue, we're going to place one hand under the dog's tummy and then place one hand through the back legs to support the hip. This will create stability to minimise injury to yourself and the animal. So if you've got someone to help you to lift the dog, it's always important to use communication between you and the second person. So we're going to count on 3 to lift Damara onto the table. So once again I'm going to place my hands and arms in the appropriate position, bending my knees to make sure that I'm putting the weight on the knees and not on my back. And we're going to count on 3. 1, 2, 3. We supported Damara by placing our hands and arms in the best position suitable for her.
Under the front of Holly's chest, and the other hand playing through her back legs. I'm going to count to myself and then I'm going to lift as straight as I can. 1, 2, 3. Up we go, Holly. And I'm now lifting Holly very gently onto the table. Sarah has got another comment that she would like to add. Just something to be aware of, when you've got dogs that have skeletal or muscular problems or anything wrong with their neurotransmitters from the brain, they have problems with the proprioception in their feet. In other words, they can't feel that their feet are actually on a surface and it takes them longer. So when you're putting a dog down, hold on to the dog's weight and then gradually release the dog's weight so that it has time to feel its feet underneath it, so that the dog doesn't go splat on the floor. And it's a very important part, especially when dealing with elderly dogs that are arthritic.